Time now for your forewarned weather with Chief Meteorologist Alana Brophy.
Actually, friends, that is live. It's long exposure coming from the Snow Basin camera, which is why the stars were visible in that shot. Clear skies out there tonight with haze. We have some developing fog. I know it looks like daytime, but that's what long exposure does. This is actual daytime, which is what we saw from Brighton earlier today. Andy, catching those clear skies because we had unfiltered sunshine with that high pressure that really took over. Unfortunately, the inversion layer was noticeable out there. This was in the Salt Lake Valley. It's been building since the weekend. We talked about how it would bring a decline in air quality, and it's kept us dry. But folks, that's about to come to an end. We've got some big weather changes coming our way as we head into the late week. In the last few hours, though, clear skies with quiet conditions. Now, air quality will remain in the moderate category as we head into the midweek. Along the Wasatch Front, we've got elevated particulate matter, and that's why you see moderate air popping up for our Wednesday. We'll also see that in Box Elder and Tooele counties. Looks like a little relief on the eastern side of the state. But changes with our high pressure. It will slide to the east and allow for more southwesterly winds to move in. Okay, can we talk temperatures for half a second? It does not feel like the end of January. Scott Taylor getting this great video of the water running off, the current snowpack we have becoming a little unstable with the warmth we've been seeing in the valleys and the higher elevations. It's not like us to make it into the 50s. This late in January. And as we look at the January temperature breakdown, you're going to see the first half of the month. We had that wintry stretch, about 10 days, where it was really active with colder air. But we've been above average since then for the latter half of the month. The highest we've been is 54. Today we were at 53. Tomorrow, I think we could beat that. I think if we see that haze eroding in portions of the Salt Lake Valley, our temperatures will jump to the mid-50s, even upper 50s. In spots. Right now, it's 23 in Logan, 37 in Salt Lake, 30s in Provo, freezing in Vernal. And if we look at those 30s along the I-15 corridor, 40s in Cedar City, and now it's in the low 50s in St. George, which is closer to where they should be instead of the upper 60s, which is what we saw today. Let's talk about the changes because they're already happening on the west coast. We begin with an atmospheric river, which is actually a narrow band of moisture that comes from subtropics, right? So we're grabbing this moisture, and as we put this into motion, you're able to see that this narrow band actually is funneled inland with the help of low pressure to our north and high pressure to our south. The circulation around those two areas help funnel that wet weather in. Atmospheric river hitting the west coast, and the Beehive State will get remnants of atmospheric moisture, and that brings enhanced precipitation. That's why the precipitation forecast in the Beehive State over the next 7 days puts down a remarkable amount of measurable moisture, valley rain and mountain snow to start. But now you have an idea of what's happening on the coast, and it is tracking inland. We put that future cast into motion. Wednesday stays quiet, but we slide that ridge of high pressure to the east. Here we are into Thursday. Southern Utah starts to tap into that weather. They'll be the first to see that moisture moving in. The models like it in northern Utah for the afternoon, but I think it's going to be late Thursday when the rain moves in. Valley rain and mountain snow to start noticeable here. By midnight, we watch as the cold front tracks through. A soggy day on deck for our Friday with valley rain and mountain snow. Colder air does move in, but it doesn't really happen until Saturday, and that's when we'll see snow levels drop. Here we are by 5 p.m. with rain and snow in northern Utah as well as the central portion of the state. Now we know this moisture will impact southern Utah first, which is why we get a winter weather watch that has been posted already today, going into effect for Thursday morning. The southern mountains, places like the Pine Valley Mountains, Bryan Head, the Tushars, could get over a foot of snow by Friday night. The snow level down to about 7,000 feet in that area. It will be rain below that. Big picture shows we just don't have one storm or disturbance. No, high pressure moves, southwesterly winds pick up. Here comes that wet weather Thursday and into Friday, and we stay unsettled. Get ready for that moisture and that pattern to stay persistent. For tomorrow, highs will make it into the 40s, and yes, 50s I think will climb. 59 in Moab, 60s in St. George. As we look at the next 7 days, we get that rain moving in. It's going to start in the south and stay. It wants to linger into early next week. There will be periods of precipitation as a result of this pattern. The Wasatch Front has another day of mild conditions, haze to start, and then bring on the wet weather. Those atmospheric river remnants will be really interesting. Valley rain and mountain snow to start. Could get cold enough Saturday to see some snow in some areas.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll be looking for that.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Alana.